Thank Crossover Radio. I did it again. I don't know how I do that.
Start over. Start the countdown over.
Start the whole thing over again. Golly. Kyle, you do it.
10, 9, 8, 7. I was going to do that.
All right. And
Faithletic, the podcast.
Whew.
We're here.
Live
Everybody's
and
here.
Fire me.
Fire you.
I bet every one out of every four, maybe two out of every four. I don't know.
I'd say 1 out of 5.
So to clarify things, Casey and I used to host a show on one of our friends' shows, which is Crossover Radio, and it was called OT with DB, the Major, and KC.
The major, yeah.
Was it KC? Did we call
I
you KC?
can't
No, you were
remember.
the Natural.
I was the Natural, yes,
Yeah.
That's right.
DB Major and the Natural.
Yes.
And then a few years down the line, we just kind of broke off and did our own thing. So I in the habit, and I had a great entry too. It was really good. The number one show on Monday night after 8 o'clock in Oklahoma City. It is.
Well, now we still take that spot.
Well, not on Monday.
Oh, not on Monday night. Yeah, that's right.
On Wednesday. Well, you should
On
start.
Wednesday night.
Number one podcast on Wednesday night after 8 o'clock worldwide.
Yeah,
I am Coach. I'm with.
KC.
And
the Gunslinger.
we are Faithletic, the podcast. We just got our own niche.
Did it.
Finally!
Shut it down.
The
Post
team has figured it out.
Post
Yes.
it. Post it.
Post done.
Yes.
Done and done. Welcome, gentlemen.
That was a good show.
Yep. Championship weekend is all over with. We're going to talk about that a couple of minutes. We're going to talk about all these coaching carousel moves arounds and new coaches and surprises and
What happened?
then we're going to do kind of a little bit of an NFL playoff preview. So if we stop today, where would everybody end up? Some prize teams. Does anybody in the AFC want to win that at all?
Yes,
Anybody?
the New England Patriots do.
Kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy in and of itself.
Yeah.
That right there, I've been thinking about, because last year I was like, oh, Tom Brady was the one that carried Bill Belichick. And now I don't think that anymore.
Yeah.
Even a little bit.
I think it
was
even.
It was a both-and situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking on the way driving over here, that's how crazy would it be if we had a Patriots Buccaneers
I
Super Bowl.
hope not.
Oh,
I do not want to see that. I do not
actually-
want to see that.
I would. The fanfare around it would be.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Have you watched Man in the Arena yet?
No, I'm
Yes.
not gonna.
Spoiler alert, you'll like Tom Brady. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I've already liked him since he moved to Tampa. He's a different person.
totally different.
I don't want to
I
see it.
enjoy him quite a bit.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I would be interested in that. I'd root for the Buccaneers, but we'll see.
I
I hope we don't see that.
I think you should.
Really?
give
To
it-
me, that's almost like watching Alabama and Georgia play again. Which we're gonna.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
It's headed that way, isn't it?
It's headed that way. Well, they got what they want. They won an all ACC championship game again. They're going to get another one. Of course, it wasn't that way last year,
Yeah.
but who was it last year? Alabama and Ohio State last year?
Yeah.
I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yes, Justin
No,
Fields.
Ohio
Yep.
State won.
No,
No, they did not.
they did not.
They did not.
Bama won
Yeah.
That's what I said.
because Justin
said-
Fields' ribs were hurt.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
I just, I don't want to. I mean, could it possibly be we could see Cincinnati and Michigan in the championship game? Is it possible?
Michigan.
Is it
I think-
possible?
I think Michigan's good enough where they could, but I don't know.
Oh, that would be so awesome just for Cincy to get in it.
I don't think that Georgia is as good as advertised after looking at their schedule.
Yeah, but I don't know if I agreed with you because we went over that Saturday night. We went game by game. Some of the teams they played were, I thought, just as good as the teams Alabama played.
Yes, but they didn't play.
And they
I
throttled
don't
just
know.
about. I mean,
yeah, they did.
So,
they beat their conference.
have you watched Arkansas this year? Have you watched them?
Yes.
They're
Arkansas
good.
Arkansas is good.
And they plummethed Arkansas.
Yeah, hear me when I say I.
They plummethed Kentucky.
Yeah.
Kentucky's good.
Kentucky's pretty good. They're playing Iowa in the Citrus Bowl.
Oh,
Yes.
Citrus
Mark
Bowl
Stoops-
is where?
It's in Orlando.
Okay.
It's in New Year's Six Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of them.
Why?
Because why not?
Something-
used to be-
Citrus Bowl's
It
gotta
used
be.
to be the Capital One Bowl.
You know, next year you're going to tell me the Shreveport Bowl is a New Year's
the
Six Bowl.
Barstool Arizona Bowl.
That's in the old Tempe Stadium,
Hey,
correct?
there is a tropical smoothie bowl now. There you go.
Yay.
Yes.
You know what? Guess who's joined us tonight? It is the one and only
Faithletic.
DLC is in the house.
And he says,
Playoffs. Yeah. We avoided
love it.
5, 4, 3, 2. You forgot you left out the one.
The one.
The Cheeto Bowl. I think we need a Team Black Mentorship Bowl.
Hey.
Yes. Yes.
let's do it. We'll just put A-Train out there. He'll be the halftime
Line up,
entertainer.
yep. Have him squat 800
Who
pounds.
plays in that bowl?
Which one?
The Dan Black Bowl?
The Team Black Mentorship Bowl?
Also, is halftime? You're gonna put out your show there?
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna do a live show
Iron
halftime.
sharpens iron 5. Baby.
That's what you need to call it. The Iron Sharpens Iron Bowl.
Yeah. We already have an iron bowl.
Do
Well,
we?
but
That's
yeah,
not
but-
Iron Sharpens Iron Bowl.
Yeah, it does not sharpen the iron.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Oh, hey, Adam
Sick 'em
Kosh
Bears.
is out there.
What? No way! The official
Sick 'em Bears.
official Faithletic statistician.
He came here. He came here to say "sick 'em Bears" and rub it in your face.
Let me tell you something. I can delete your comments, Mr. Kosh.
Listen, we don't
dude.
even. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to mention it. But I just look. Oklahoma State is probably my second favorite team.
Yeah.
And I could not stomach looking at that.
Last play.
You sent it back. You sent it to us in our text thread.
Yeah.
After I had erased it from my memory about that.
I sent the picture.
Yes, you sent the picture. I was like,
You know,
I want. Oh my gosh!
you know what
I
that
want
was?
so badly to forget that for the rest of my life.
Well, think about opening. See, I didn't tell you this, but I didn't watch any of the first half hardly because I had work with the kids, and then I came home and Tamara and I went to eat, and I was doing GameCast in the second half, and I knew they had the ball with the first time for 6 minutes left, and they had to punt it back, right? Then they get it back with 2.5 or 3 minutes left. So I'm watching GameCast, and I'm driving down the road trying to pay attention to it. I know they have the ball, but I don't know where they're at because I turned it off. I walk in the house, literally turning the TV on, and the running back looks like to me going to walk in for a touchdown. And I'm going, yeah! And then all of a sudden he just tries to dive for the end. That's all I saw. And I cannot get that vision out of my head.
That game was so Oklahoma State.
Yeah!
That's exactly what that game was. That game is the exact formula Oklahoma State.
He deleted that comment. No, he's about to delete that comment. He deleted that.
I love it.
I have control.
Here's the deal: is Adam. That's really nice of you to say 4 plays from the 1 yard line. They had about 17
They had
plays
8?
within 5. They had 8 within the 1 yard line,
Yeah.
and then they had 17 within the 10-yard line, and you didn't get jack.
You try to get too cute.
Amazing.
Try to get too cute.
Yes.
Just run the ball. I know you don't have your number 1 running back, but my gosh, if you run 4 quarterback sneaks from the 1 yard line, you're gonna score.
Yep.
You're gonna score.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Unreal.
I don't know why he took such a wide turn to go to the pylon when all you had to do
he got too cute.
was run through him.
He was trying to be cute.
Run through one.
I'm gonna
guy.
show how acrobatic I am. I'm gonna dive for the pylon.
Heck yeah,
know.
man! Dream come true, right? That's a. You play that one out in your head. Only you score. That's the part he forgot.
But in all reality, I mean, they didn't protect the football early. We knew the defense was going to hold up. I mean, when you can't protect the goal line when you only have like 20 or 30 yards to go for a touchdown. It's hard to protect the goal line, and OSU just couldn't protect it for 3 series of plays there because they gave them the ball, and that was basically the determining factor in the game.
But they also, okay, that's pretty cool. The player for Baylor who made the stop was a former walk-on from Matt Rule's first year. Ran a 4.39 in his trap and stayed during the ups and downs. Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
stay there.
I give it to Baylor, man, especially those 8 plays from the 1 yard line. I mean, come on.
If Adam is a Baylor grad, if he's a legit Baylor grad.
Yeah, I mean, he comes by it rightfully. I get it.
So,
but comments like that, sir, will get you banned. Just remember that. It's my show, our show, and I'm not going to allow it.
I actually had surgery from a Baylor grad in Kuwait.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
How about that? And I lived.
You did
it worked out.
You made it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Is there a college football program, though, or basketball for that matter? Let's just talk about athletics that has had more debauchery going on.
Penn State.
Yes. Okay.
Like,
Sandusky.
I mean, truthfully, that's the only
other one.
Yeah, and the covering up, and also, I mean, you had those deaths all those years ago, like, and you're in Waco.
Yeah.
There's that.
Well, but that had nothing to do with the university.
No, I get it. But
it just seems like with Dave Bliss and Art Briles and all these things that have, I mean, I'm sorry, Adam. I mean, I love you, buddy, but Oklahoma State deserved that football game. They deserved to be in the playoff, and the bad thing about it was they wouldn't have got in anyway.
They wouldn't have got in.
They wouldn't have got in. I wholeheartedly 100% believe that because Alabama won and Cincinnati was convincing in their victory for the most part, that OSU was not going to get in anyway.
It sure felt that way.
Yeah.
Man, that was so frustrating.
It sure made it easy for the committee, though. They didn't get any pressure put on them.
Yeah, they did. And that was...
Look at that last comment.
That was... Yeah, that's gross.
That says it.
You can delete that one, too.
But I mean, it's going away. But anyway, that says Spencer Sanders has thrown 7 picks. 7 to the Baylor defense. Come on.
So here's an interesting thought that Kirk Herbstreit put out there. He got ratioed to oblivion on Twitter, which just means that there's more comments than likes out there and that kind of thing. He put out there, haven't heard a lot from that crowd about Cincinnati being in the playoff now. And, like, you finally got your small school in there.
Yeah.
And it's like, but a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel about the situation. Is like, it doesn't solve the problem just because you had Cincinnati break the wall down by default. Like, you got lucky that...
It's almost like they backed in.
Yeah, it sure felt that way.
Because here's the thing:
there was no other way to put them anybody.
You
else
had to put them in there. You couldn't. The only other option would have been Notre Dame, but that was defeated when Cincinnati beat Baylor or beat Notre Dame. So you couldn't put Notre Dame in. Yeah. But if Cincinnati lost, Alabama lost, and Michigan lost, what would you have done? Baylor would have gone in.
Yeah.
Ohio State would have creeped back in there.
Yeah, I had this debate with actually Adam this weekend. Is like, would they let Baylor in the playoff? We were talking about it before Iowa got in. I was like, what if Iowa wins that game?
Well, they were 16th though. There's no way, or 15th.
Yeah,
no way.
But I was like, but they favor the Big Ten over the Big 12.
That's true. No, they'd have put Iowa State in. Ohio State.
Ohio State.
They would have put them in.
They found a way before they would put in.
Oh, they would have put them in before they put in Iowa.
For sure.
Where in their minds does the Big 12 fall in the lineup of
fourth?
The Big 5?
It's probably fourth.
Yeah. So you've got SEC,
it might be fifth.
Then they go Big 10. And then what? Do they put Pac-12?
I think they put the ACC third, and then I think they put the Big 12.
I don't agree.
It might be. It might be Pac-12.
I think Big 12 is fifth. I think it's fifth.
I was gonna say
and it's getting ready to be fifth.
Yes.
Oh, it's
I kind of feel that way
pretty soon.
because they want West Coast engagement.
They've never. Every time they've been in it, they've gotten torn apart.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, the only one that has been is Oklahoma.
Washington.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Big 12. Washington
12,
and
yes.
Oregon played in the national championship game, though.
Yes.
So
yes.
they have.
Well, Oregon didn't make it to the national championship.
Yeah, they did. I think they did.
That was Auburn versus Oregon all those years ago.
Was that not in the
Cam Newton versus.
That was before the.
Yeah, that was before the
Oh,
playoff.
okay.
Because the playoff wasn't until
Okay.
2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was looking at it the other day, and I thought I saw Oregon when it played the national
Yeah,
championship.
Oregon, they did against Cam Newton.
Yeah,
Auburn.
but this is when it was talking about the 14
Yeah.
playoff.
I love that.
Hope this comment doesn't get to me.
No, you're good.
You can't gain an 8 yards or a TD and beat a Redford freshman QB in his second start. Yeah, totally deserved to win. He saw your fighting words. Deleted. Deleted.
Canceled.
Adam, we love you.
Adam-
Stay for the
Adam
show.
is
We love
being
your engagement.
Pretty soon you're going to
So
be
while
doxxed.
if you stick around long enough, Adam, I probably, in fact, I won't delete your Dallas Cowboy comments because I know you're a Cowboys fan. So tell me at their next 5 games, how many of those they win? That's what I want to know.
2.
Your expert opinion.
2.
How many of their next 5 do they win? Because I'm picking them to lose all 5, and we'll get into that here in a little bit.
They'll win
but
2.
I don't know. They won't, but I don't have any confidence in winning any of them.
Maybe the
haven't even looked
Washington
at who they
football.
play.
They're going to lose to Washington this week.
Washington looks good, and
Yeah,
Dallas
they
is
are-
trending
boy, they are
down.
on fire.
Like,
They got them twice. They got
Yeah.
the Eagles, which if they get hurt or Jalen Hurts back,
No.
and they're gonna
Minshew
and well, no,
mania,
Minshew
baby.
might be okay, and then they play the
Minshew
Cardinals. So they've got. I mean, they're going to lose the Cardinals. They're going to lose to Washington. They're probably losing the Eagles. There's 3.
You think they're going to lose? Man,
they might lose to the
They
Eagles.
might beat the
Yeah,
Giants. They beat the Giants.
they should be the Giants.
1-4.
They should be the Giants.
Well, there's the should and then the will.
You're gonna lose
Yeah.
you're gonna lose the Redskins twice.
They should have won.
we call them. They're the football team, Dan.
I'm
call
sorry,
them
they
Washington.
can't lose to the Redskins twice.
We're trying to be a politically correct
Yes.
podcast.
Oh
here.
my God.
I can't help it. I'm a Cowboys
I
fan.
am
What
so
else am I gonna
triggered.
call them?
I am triggered.
I am a fan of America and
America.
America,
American Indians.
America.
come on, man. Sorry, that was funny. Anyway, sorry, I had a pillow in my way, and I regret it. I regret this decision. Sorry, I can't get comfortable on the couch.
Nope.
The problem. That's right. We'll figure it out. Anyway,
I need a longer mic boom too.
Yeah.
I have to.
So what else? What else? Do we? Oh,
That's
do we need
it.
to talk about college football wise?
That's it. We've
We
covered it
agree.
all.
Coaches.
We agree with the top. Okay, so we got.
What were you gonna
we
say?
We talked about Lincoln Riley last
Yeah,
week.
we did.
Mario Cristobal looks like he's going to Miami.
Okay.
And I don't. That's not finalized yet, but that would shake
Where's
some
he?
things up.
Where's he at?
Oregon.
Okay.
Oregon.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which would shake a lot of things up there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Does he have a connection to Miami?
Yes, he
Okay.
played and coached there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
Yeah, it would be. That is looking to be.
And he's in the
finalized.
ACC, so he has a shot of winning there.
Yep. Brent Venables makes it to OU.
That's what we talked about. We thought that would be
Yeah,
their
that
best
would be the
move. I don't
case.
know if he's
Yes.
the best. I don't know if he's the best candidate they could have got, but I think it was the right move.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so. They
So
have to have a guy that comes in and is like, I love this program.
Yeah.
That has to be the
Yeah,
thing because
yeah.
they're covering up Lincoln Riley's face at Norman right
Yeah.
now.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Anything that has his face on it is being covered by a blanket. Like
So more than Kevin Durant.
No.
oh, it is official. It is official. Cristobal to Miami.
Okay.
I couldn't remember or not, but yeah.
Finally, a productive comment from Adam Koch
thank
tonight.
you, Adam.
That can be so funny sometimes.
So
Offensive coordinator, strength coach.
what about
training with Brent Venables.
yes, which I was gonna say. Brent Venables is bringing along Letty from Ole Miss, who
Oh, yeah, I
has a
saw
great
that.
year with Matt Corral and all that.
Last
Like,
2 or 3 years, number 5 offensive productive offensive
yeah,
team in the country.
He's great.
Yeah.
Here's my dilemma. It's almost like a Batman Joker situation because I hate OU as much as the next person, And I thought about it. It's like, I don't know that I want them to just absolutely tank with this situation.
They won't,
just
though.
Don't.
They won't.
But they might go into the SEC.
Yeah, they will.
That's the problem.
They won't.
But hey, you get what
have I said about them the last 10 years? Well, you've only been around me 5, so
sure.
They always come out smelling like a rose.
They do. And
they will. Now, whether they can win big games in the SEC is a whole different story, but why they're in Big 12, as long as they're in the Big 12, they're going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think that move to the SEC was a bad move by OU because,
yes,
I mean,
thank you, Adam.
Has anybody stood up to these guys and said, "Hey, guys, this is not going to go well"?
Right.
Is it just an echo chamber out there, or somebody surely has had to have kind of tried a reality check?
Yes, I have no idea.
I mean, I guess money talks, though. So
did you see this little awkward band that welcomed Lincoln Riley into the stadium?
No.
It was just a rinky dink 5 kids that got together and
they're not very passionate as much as
they're not.
Yeah.
They're
now
not
they might resurrect that, but
it's because they stink.
Yeah.
When they were good, they brought it. I mean, days of Matt Leinart.
Well, they had the celebrity backing.
But,
yes,
but I do think. I mean, this was discussed in another group chat that Adam's in, is that I think the college football is better when USC and Miami
I agree.
are better.
Yeah, I agree.
I totally agree.
I love when the U's
get.
But
you're also deferring back to blue bloods.
Sure,
which
sure.
I believe you have to have those.
Yeah.
But I also believe it hinders the progress of Cincinnati's and Oklahoma State.
Sure.
Kentucky's and schools like that who normally would not have a chance in the Power 4 championship series. Call it what you want.
Can you imagine that? I cannot fathom a situation under the current way that we do things in college football where we get a game like OU in Boise State in 2005.
Basically David versus Goliath kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no situation.
Well, you're kind of going to get close to it with Georgia and Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, but
I think that's going to be an ugly
I think
game.
so, but but that was happening on the regular. I remember Northern Illinois playing Florida State back in the day with Christian Ponder, where
they got hammered.
They did get hammered, but that was a big deal. DeKalb was 20 minutes away from me. That was my safety school. It was Northern Illinois, but
nice.
I don't know. Those situations, they don't lend themselves to happening as much anymore. Where I don't think Cincinnati was like what Boise State was. Boise State came out of nowhere.
Kind of.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did.
They came out of nowhere, and the BCS favored whatever, and then we knew more about Boise State.
And their bluegrass.
Yes, and they were in the top 15 discussion.
Not as bad as the Red.
Year in the BCS. So
that's one of your boys there. Isn't that Montana?
Yeah.
Montana State.
Yeah. No. Montana
University
State's my alma mater. They're not stupid like that.
Red
University
turf.
of Montana is the stupid one.
I can't watch
that.
That's terrible.
No.
The blue is cool.
Well, it's still hard to watch though.
Nah.
It is. Watching that OU game, the OSU game this year, it's like I hate this.
Yeah.
It was cool maybe 10 years ago. I'm like, okay, I'm
like they're playing on a painted basketball court.
Well,
or something.
that and the story that they always find dead birds.
Yeah, because they think it's water.
Oh, because they think it's water.
Yep.
Come on, PETA should do something about it.
It will happen eventually.
Yes.
It will. They'll gain enough.
Why would we name a highway after Lincoln Riley after the way he did OU? Did see that yesterday, Derek. I know what you're referring to. There was a group of senators that wanted to name like 3 inches of highway, Lincoln Riley Highway.
Is that were they Oklahoma State guys or what?
I don't know. It certainly was a
That'd be
joke,
phenomenal.
like just ridiculous. But anyway,
Oh my gosh!
So,
We'll just one last thing, and we'll move forward. Being an Oklahoma State fan, all 3 of us here are. It just irritates me that Oklahoma State finally beats OU. They get into a New Year's Six bowl, and all we can talk about is football coach at Oklahoma.
I know you said that, but I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like the most Dan thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's true.
And
one of the sportscasters in Oklahoma City said the same thing on. He said, it's a shame that Oklahoma State has had all these riches in the last few weeks, and all we talk about is OU football.
You're not running that, and I was kind of frustrated about that myself. Yeah. It's like, no, the team to be talking about right now is OSU in this situation, and they're still
going to play Notre Dame.
Treated
that's huge. Yeah, it's huge.
They're always going to be treated as little brother, and it's a sad situation, which is why I always root for them.
Yeah.
It's like they get treated.
They're like
the
lovable losers, like the Cubs.
Well, Montana State, where I came from, we were the losers while I was there, and that's why I picked OSU. And then of course events happen where I meet people and all that. But that's how I originally adopted OSU. I was like, okay, I got to find the one that's bad and always.
Not bad, but like, just, I don't want to root for
the little brother of the two.
Yeah, that's why I was a White Sox fan, more so than a Cubs fan.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Where are we going now?
That's a good question. I don't remember what our show was tonight.
NFL playoff preview.
Playoffs. We probably have a lot to talk about. We could probably start kind of moseying on into the NFL.
Not a bad idea.
So I'm going to write this down because I'm curious if we all pick today. I don't remember if I wrote them in this book or not. I'll have to look. Our playoff predictions. I did not. It's in my other book.
You need to go find that.
Yeah, I'll find it next week and we'll talk about it. But
I do want to,
see where we had. But Kyle, if you would, since you got your phone over there, if you tell us who the top 7 teams are in the NFC and the top in the by rank.
He's on it.
And
I'll look it up too. Whatever.
Yeah, please. And then let me write them down here.
So we have.
And this is you do an AFC first or NFC?
NFC.
Okay, NFC first. Okay, so Arizona.
Yes.
And then Green Bay.
Yes.
And then
Tampa Bay.
Tampa, Dallas.
Yep.
Rams.
Yes.
And then
just
Washington is in there at 6 or 7.
Washington is 6.
And then 7.
Let me look actually what the NFL the playoff picture. That's
not
what I was
correct.
thinking.
That's the entire NFL.
Oh shoot. Well, NFC. Well, see, it breaks it down by.
If
we go playoff picture.
I got it. I got Cardinals are 1, Packers 2, Bucks 3, Cowboys 4, Rams 5, Washington 6, Niners 7.
Really?
Yes, with the Eagles, the Vikings, the Panthers, the Falcons, and the Saints in the hunt.
Falcons are in it?
They're in the hunt.
Falcons, Eagles, who else?
Saints, and then technically you have Giants, Bears, Seahawks.
Yeah, whatever.
And Lions are still in the hunt.
No.
That's what it says.
All right, top 7 AFC.
You got the Patriots number 1.
Pats.
Titans number 2.
Titans.
Ravens number 3.
Kansas City
number 4. Bengals 5.
No,
wow.
Chargers 5.
No.
Bengals
6.
Oh yeah, Chargers 5. Bengals 6.
Buffalo
Bills 7.
What?
The Bills are 7.
Okay. And then anybody hanging on down there?
Steelers. Colts.
Yeah.
Raiders. Browns. Broncos. Dolphins. And that's where it ends.
Wow.
Because technically the Jets and the Jags are also in the hunt.
Okay, so NFC. I don't think the 49ers are going to be in the top 7. I don't think Washington's going to be in the top 7 when it all said and done.
Really?
I sure do.
But if I stick to what I said I was going to say, then Washington's going to win the division, and the Cowboys would be out. So
There's no way they're falling out.
They go wild card.
They're not.
I don't know.
They're just not.
If they don't win the rest of their games, they ain't in.
Well, they'll win.
They still might be in.
I don't think so.
If they win one game, they're in.
So let's talk about the top seed. Arizona
Yes.
keep that?
Yes.
Gosh, I'm waiting for them to fall off, and things have happened throughout the season. J.J. Watt goes out for the whole year, and they won't fall off. It's like, well, eventually we've got to all say, hey, I think these guys are good.
Yes, I agree with you. But I also think a good barometer of that is going to be this weekend.
Yeah.
We won't have to wait long to finally
play
say
the Rams?
They play the Rams.
Is
Which
that
the Rams
tomorrow
have-
night?
They do not. They play.
No, that's Monday night, isn't it?
It's Monday night.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yes. Here's my question though. If we're talking about this will also go with the Rams, but because they're playing each other this week, are the Rams really that good?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
We've talked about this before.
The last few times, they have not looked great. And Stafford, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know, here's what happens to teams who start stacking all this talent. Is they lose the chemistry that they had. They think, okay, let's add the best defensive player in the game. Well, arguably Von Miller's lost a step, but he's still very effective. You got OBJ, who one of the best pass catchers ever.
Locker room killer.
Yeah. So it can backfire, and
Yeah.
it has. It looks like it has.
When you have a bunch of individuals
yeah.
that no. And by the way, DLC, you are correct. It will always be the San Diego Chargers.
So maybe my question also is Matt Stafford just who he is? And I
don't want to believe that he is.
But he hasn't shown first of all, their big wins really only Tampa Bay. When you look at it,
At the beginning of the year, who did they?
They have beaten nobody. They have beaten the Buccaneers as far as winning record goes, and then they're losing. Matthew Stafford's record against winning teams is horrendous because he's played for the Lions. But I wondered how much that's rubbed off as Matthew Stafford is you are the only guy and you're only on a team for so many years that how much does that catch up to you when you go to LA and you do have a team? You have to adjust yourself to realize, okay, I'm not the only one out there trying to do this right now. And I think maybe that has something to do with it, is that he hasn't learned how to play the game.
Yeah, because he was around
on a team that is good.
He was
possible.
around. Yeah, it happens. I played on an all-star team that was created for, it was like a sympathy all-star team.
Yes.
This was baseball. But there was the real all-star team, and then they had the sympathy one.
Sure,
one of the dads created.
Yeah.
Anyway, there were some bad players on that, and you could watch, and it happened. Everybody's just started playing bad because that's all you were around.
Yeah.
And it was like it rubbed off.
It's culture.
Sure, kind of feels that way.
So, I mean, by the way, they lost all their preseason games, but then they came out and they beat the Bears, the Colts, the Bucks. That was their first 3 games of the season. Bears, whatever, but Colts and Bucks had a good team, but they weren't there yet. Then they lost to the Cardinals. They went against the Seahawks, the Giants, the Lions, the Texans. So they were.
I was right.
They were not playing anybody.
Played anybody.
And then they lost 3 in a row. And it was the Titans, the Niners, and the Packers. So all of a sudden, good teams show up.
They have not won against good teams, and I think Sean McVay has.
They beat the Jags.
Yeah.
And now they have the.
So is
Cardinals.
everybody else.
Except for the Bills. They have
Except-
not beaten.
Yeah, how? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Bill's going to make the playoffs?
Yeah, what's going on?
So Monday's game was bizarre.
Yeah.
If you watched it at all,
I did.
Well, a lot of it was that.
You just got housed by Bill Belichick, though.
Oh yeah,
You got ran against 28 times in a row, which is an NFL record, and you could not stop them.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
hey guys, here comes the run.
It's gonna run. We're gonna run the ball.
Yeah.
So you just got outwilled by the Patriots. I told you guys at the beginning of the year, I thought the Bills peaked last year, and I didn't think that they were going to be able to repeat themselves.
They haven't.
And they haven't. And I think that speaks.
Gosh, they were
volumes.
so solid for so long, but then lately, they
look out of rhythm. They look like the Chiefs.
They look like the Chiefs' first half of the season so far. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like they've switched now. The
So
Chiefs took over.
back. You're good. Back to NFC. Top 4 change much? I mean, maybe ranking wise, but do you see anything change there?
Not really.
Arizona wins the division. Green Bay definitely wins the division. Tampa Bay wins the division, and Dallas wins the division.
Does Dallas? You said Washington's going to win it.
I didn't say that. That's just what I'm asking you
guys.
Okay.
No, I think Washington is still going to be there.
But I'm asking the top 4 teams.
Yeah.
Do you see any change in the top 4?
No. No, I don't.
You don't see anybody from that list from 5 on down getting into the top 4.
The only if is Washington and Dallas. That's it. Because they're same division.
And they play each other twice.
Yes. So Dallas right now is the most, I would say, vulnerable of not being there. And if they're not, I would say it's going to be Washington that's there. And there's a good chance of that, actually.
I know.
I would say there's a good chance of that.
I think
50-50 at least.
I would have told you the Niners are the best out of those 3 teams that are left until this week where they got beat by the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I think if the Eagles play the way that they played, and if they go with, I don't know if they're going to go with Gardner Minshew or not. Like, he played so well, and Jalen Hurts is, if they run the ball, they play really well with Jalen Hurts, but they did not do that
By the way,
before.
Did everybody see the video of Minshew and his dad?
His dad, yes, it was awesome.
After the game.
I didn't see it.
Oh, my gosh.
They were both so hyped to see each other.
But then he's like, they're like shoving each other, that excited.
Yeah.
But then Minshew lays his head on his dad's shoulder, just hugging him. And oh, it was cool to see. Yeah, we got to find that and send it to the text thread.
Yeah, I will.
It's 15 seconds is all it is, but it's awesome.
So those bottom from 5 on down, anybody out completely by next few weeks?
No.
Nope.
Falcons?
No.
They're still in, you think?
No, I think they're going to beat the Panthers this week.
Okay, so top 4 teams in the AFC, Pats, Titans, Ravens, Chiefs. That change any?
I don't think so.
The Bengals could sneak
in. Did the Patriots show up?
Oh,
never mind. They're first. Sorry. Jeez, what did I do there? Sorry. Continue.
I'm not going to say it.
I think the Bengals could sneak in there, but I think the Ravens are going to still win.
Yeah, I think it stays.
They play again, correct?
Yes, they do.
They play this week.
They do, and it's in Cincinnati, isn't
Don't they?
No, the Bengals play the Niners.
They play and the Ravens play the
Browns. They play the Browns.
It was an orange helmet, so I'm a visual guy.
Yeah,
so.
I got you. The team that I think will sneak in there is the Colts.
Really?
Yes, I think the Colts.
They're gonna surpass the Titans.
I do think so
because they're gonna have to win the division. That's your top 4 teams.
Yeah, I think so. I think that they'll sneak in there.
They're not even in the top 7 right now.
No, they're not. But I think they'll sneak in there.
They're hot. They are hot.
They got Jonathan Taylor. He's been incredible this year.
He's an MVP this year.
He should. Honestly, who is the MVP this year? It's either him or Tom Brady to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
I don't know if Tom Brady's a MVP.
Well,
nobody's just screaming
Yeah,
like
that's the
that
thing.
they're the MVP this year.
And
I mean,
so
gonna give
what-
it on recognition now, like the like the college football does. Like, well, you got the brand on the side of the helmet.
He's kind of like that. He's always in our pocket. Hey, if everybody else falls through, I mean,
Here's somebody.
you can't go wrong with Tom. You
But
know?
his stats are incredible this year.
Yeah, he's
They're
doing all
incredible.
right. But I'd really like to see Jonathan Taylor win that. It's going to be tough, though, because he is a running back. Granted, that's not as hard as the defensive player winning it, but anymore, if it's not a quarterback, that just doesn't happen
But
anymore.
who's the? Oh, I can't remember. Never mind. Wait, but who's the guy that might break?
Yeah, I heard it today too, and I don't
Gosh, he
even.
might break Michael Strahan's record, and I can't remember who it is. The sack record.
Yeah, I heard it today. I don't remember.
Why can't I remember? Let me look at sack leaders.
Dadgummit.
Yeah, that's how.
Good friend of mine,
Yes, NFL.
Jim Traber.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of, do you know that Sam Mays got fired?
No.
What?
Yeah,
Why? What happened?
I have to
Wait, where was
recall
Sam?
my
Oh,
memory.
T.J. Watt.
Oh, yeah,
Duh.
Where was Sam?
franchise.
Yeah.
Um,
Being too much of a flip flop.
he said something, and I don't remember what it was. He put a big old long post on Twitter.
Today.
No, it was about a week ago. It was before the Oklahoma State.
Really?
It was after the OU OSU game. He felt like somebody was trying to get his job.
Interesting.
I think.
Yeah.
And he actually put a video comment on Twitter.
Well, I hope him and Colby Daniels get together.
Yeah.
Because they were great.
Kobe's on that
together.
other show now on
Yeah.
AM radio, whatever it is called.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, he's got his own show now
Cool.
on AM. They started AM 7, maybe, I can't remember, maybe 780, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, he's got his own show now
Nice.
on AM. So
Cool.
um,
He's not on the sports animal, is he?
he hasn't been. No.
No, okay.
No.
Gotcha.
This is it's a brand new startup station.
Oh, I like that. I'll take that.
Yeah, it says after leak of his 2016 comments.
2016, really?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I know. That is the trend, though.
Hmm.
I mean,
I'll have to look at that.
yeah.
Anyway,
It
so
was about
Dan,
Native Americans. Sorry.
how do you think that any of those shake out differently?
In the AFC,
Either. And actually both. Let's hear your take.
Not the Raiders. They've fallen off.
The Raiders.
The Colts, Steeler, the poor Big Ben. Not poor Big.
it's called the Blitz, by the way.
the Blitz.
1170
Gotcha.
talk radio. I don't think, for some reason, I just don't think the Chargers are going to be there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do think probably the Colts get in as a wild card. I don't think they're going to overtake the Titans. The only other team I would see that might sneak into this whole thing is the Dolphins.
And because Tua's playing well lately.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't see any change.
Yeah. I'm happy for Tua, by the way.
Will that team ever get behind him? I mean,
Yeah, they are right now.
well, I mean, sorry, the team is, but it feels like the ownership just the head office just doesn't have faith in him. You know, they're in the whole thing for what's his name in Houston. It's like
Deshaun
every time
Watson.
he turns around, they're making a play to kind of look at somebody else.
Well, isn't that the story of his whole career? Honestly, with him in college, even
It
where
is.
Jalen Hurts kind of takes over his role, and it's just
It totally is.
Yeah,
But I mean, gosh, I'd like to see the team eventually just get behind this guy.
sure, yeah.
And say, here's the reins, here's the keys, you've got it.
So, curious about what your Super Bowl prediction would be as of right now, Josh. What would you say to be your Super Bowl prediction?
Green Bay, and gosh, I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to just keep getting hotter and hotter and hotter. I think they are on a path to peak at the right time.
I agree with you.
Of course you do.
100%. but
Is
you're
that
right.
what you would pick? Those two?
Like, because the offense has terrible turnover luck still, and they're gonna start. I just have faith that they're gonna start catching balls. Yeah. Like, they have not caught the ball well all year, and they're still winning games. If they are halfway better at catching the ball, they can go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they'll win this year again, but I think that they are built to go there, but their defense is going to absolutely carry them right now, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. They're playing sustainable complementary football right now. So I have the Chiefs, and I have the Packers, which has been my pick the whole season.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, yes.
Did I pick that too? I thought
maybe you did. Maybe
I'd be surprised if I didn't pick the Packers to finally get there.
The only other team that I'm interested to watch is how the Cowboys shake out.
Man, I'd love to see them get back in it.
That wasn't a shot at you, Dan. That was not anything.
Pitt versus Dallas is what DLC says.
Yikes.
Pitt versus
TJ Watt gonna take all the Pitt to the
Dave, I love you, but you've lost your mind.
You lost your mind.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Especially with Pittsburgh.
But that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I would
History
like to
repeats itself. That's what he says.
Yeah, well,
I would like to see Dallas get back in it. I mean, that would just be cool.
I'm fearful that we're going to see Tampa Bay again, although I hope we don't.
Decent chance.
But I'm just going to go out there and let me just throw it out there. I'm going to say Arizona.
Okay.
And I'm curious. Baltimore.
The Titans.
So but without a Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
I know, but what the heck?
Well,
so does Arizona win that then?
Probably.
Derrick Henry might be back for the playoffs.
I think we're going to see a team that has never won the Super Bowl win it this year.
It seems like that.
I think it's going to be Chargers, Cardinals.
Well, neither one of those wore it.
That would be awesome. Those are my teams. Sorry.
No, you're good. I think that I'm interested in how Mac Jones plays. I would like to see how he does. But I'm also think it might be Lamar's year, too.
I hope not.
They
are so lucky.
They are lucky. They
have had more luck than any NFL team has in 1 year.
They do not have any wide receivers still. They just hope Mark Andrews is open down there somewhere.
Just throw it up. Mark Andrews has to be out there somewhere.
You saw that meme. Yeah. Yes.
He's got it. I know I saw him over there to the right. Yeah, just throw it that way.
Yeah, he's down there.
Well, it looks like that's what he's doing.
Lamar saw that and he laughed at it on Twitter, by the way, which was hilarious.
It's probably true, though.
Yeah.
Yes. Element, at least.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You think Roger Staubach just threw the ball up for Drew Pearson? Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, another great episode of The Football Life with Drew Pearson.
Okay.
It was incredible.
Nice.
Yeah. Drew's he's not one of my favorite players ever, but he was one of my favorite players in that era. I mean, obviously Staubach and Randy White and those guys are just phenomenal football players. But
nice.
Drew Pearson, and finally in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh boy,
he must have said that about 83 times.
Which, by the way, did you see Baker? He stepped down. The Dave Baker, the guy that was in charge of the Hall of Fame, he stepped down.
Yeah.
Really
did he? I liked him.
It was right at the time of the emails.
Yeah, it was really.
When the whole
but I don't think it had anything to do with it.
I don't either. Yeah. I don't either.
That's what you're saying. Is like it got lost in the shuffle that he.
Yeah, that's
he
why.
Stepped down. He did such a good job with the Hall of Fame the past 5 years.
He was.
I love the way he'd come in and surprise people, and when they saw him, he'd just start crying.
A
Like,
7 foot.
I love those
7
videos.
foot 400-pound guy surprising people.
Yeah.
Is
In this soft spoken, he opens that door. Hey, I just.
Yeah.
All those videos are beautiful. I love it.
I listened to him several interviews, several different shows, and just like how he spoke about the game was
yeah.
the way that you want is like he's such a big football fan.
Have you ever been to the Hall of Fame?
I've not.
I've
is
been.
it awesome?
Yeah, and this before they redid it.
Sure.
It was really
bet
cool.
it's
It was really cool.
I think that I would get really emotional seeing
2001.
the busts.
Yeah.
Like I think I would.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I've always wanted to go to the Baseball Hall of Fame. I know I would be super emotional there.
Yeah.
But I never, up until probably, I care about the game of football a lot more than it used to just as I've grown. And so I think I'd be real emotional seeing those busts and see those guys that I grew up on that are starting to go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, I would love to go.
Yeah.
You ever want to go drive to Canton? Let me know.
Hey, let's do a road trip.
I'm supposed to go to Cincinnati. How
What
far
are you guys doing this weekend?
It's a good spell.
It's a good spell.
It's a good spell.
try.
Probably 5 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah, it's
Good
got to
little
be.
drive.
It's
better
got to be a
than
ways.
16, so.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Better than 20, which is my
Yes.
drive to Montana.
Yeah.
Woof.
20
Woof.
hours.
Do you have do either one of you have a devotion? I thought I started working on one, but I didn't finish it.
I've been doing a Christmas one, so
Okay,
I
all
will
right.
do that one.
Good, because I got nothing.
I was working on one, but I didn't get it finished. I was going to actually write one. So,
hey-o.
but I didn't. Maybe let's see. What do we got
know what?
next
We
week?
should-
Next week I'll put it out next week.
We should challenge each other to each. We should
Yeah,
each
write our own.
attempt to write
Our own
one.
devotion.
I'm in.
I mean, not they don't have to be week after
Yeah.
week, but
Yeah, maybe once a
Just
I
month.
used to
season,
do.
you
I
know.
used to do them off the dome quite a bit.
Once a month, maybe.
well,
Yeah.
you've got that
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah.
You've got
Yeah.
a gift of teaching. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that, I'll tell people how they can get in touch with us, and then we'll do our predictions,
Gotcha.
and we'll go end up with a devotion.
You got
So if you're watching us for the first time, listening to us for the first time, we are Faithletic, the podcast, not what I said earlier at the top of the show. We are a little bit a combination of athletics and faith, just like it says, Faithletic. And faith is first. It's always first in our lives, and God comes first. And so at the end of our show, we'll give some gospel truth and I'll bring it back to Scripture, and hopefully there's some meaning to it, and hopefully somebody will be listening to this show somewhere, and it'll change their life, and that's our intent. If you're listening to us for the first time, you can scroll down and catch all of our episodes. They're down there somewhere in Facebook land. Or if you would prefer a different format, we have a YouTube channel called Faithletic. All you got to do is go to YouTube, type in Faithletic.
All one word.
All one word. It will pop up, and you can hit the subscribe button. And if you hit the little bell, every time we post a new episode, it will send you an alert. A little bit behind. I think we're about 3 episodes behind, but 8 or 9 episodes of this year are already posted for season 3. Most of season 1 is in there, and probably half of season 2. So we kind of had some technical issues
And
there.
we're over 50 now, right?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah,
very much
we
so.
gotta
50.
we gotta figure out when we hit 100.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We're probably there. We're probably close.
If you
I think we're a little
loaded-
short.
We're a little
You
short.
loaded all the ones you got kind of in the back
I think we'd
pocket.
still be short.
Well, I was gonna say it'd be close.
Probably close to 80. I'm gonna guess.
So one of my this has nothing to do with anything, but one of my favorite podcasts that I listen to, they Apple can only hold 500 episodes at a time.
Oh,
And so their running joke is that it's our 500th episode.
it's 500.
We're celebrating our 500th
500.
episode.
We can say that.
Every one of them is.
Everyone is like happy 500.
Today is my
episode.
birthday.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway,
That was
So
Danny
that's really
Williams,
funny.
by the way.
Yes.
He was. I don't know if we may have talked this before. He announced wrestling on Channel 4 back in the day. This is back before you guys were probably even born in the 70s. And Danny Williams, which was long mainstay on Channel 4 radio, or not Channel 4, WKY radio. And he'd always say, "Today is my birthday." Well, he always signed off the wrestling shows as "Good night and watch out for flying chairs." And I always thought he was talking about wrestling chairs and wrestling.
Sure.
But he wasn't. He was just referring to flying chairs.
Oh
It was
my
like his
gosh.
shtick. But I thought it was like, somebody hit somebody over the head with a
That's what I thought.
steel
you
chair.
meant. Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Well,
So-
wait, okay. I guess I still
So
don't
just
see
watch
it.
out for flying chairs, just in case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
When they hit over each other over the head with a chair?
Oh, yeah. But okay.
Yeah. You got it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
You're sure?
I'm a little slow on the
Okay.
uptake.
Yeah, so
It's okay.
aren't we all?
I'm
Yeah.
what people call is slow.
Okay. Well,
No.
Anyway.
Tough
I don't know
night.
if I'd say that or not, but slow motion maybe, but not slow.
Anyway.
Last week, so I was 4-6. I missed Georgia, Alabama, as we all did. We also all missed Oklahoma State, Baylor. I missed Las Vegas. I missed Cincinnati. I missed Buffalo, and I missed New Orleans, or Dallas, where you want to call it. And then, let's see, Gunslinger, you were 5-5. You missed Georgia, OSU, Las Vegas, Cincinnati, and Buffalo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're 5-5.
I've been rough for a while.
And then KC, you were 7-3. He's got a smirk on his face over there. He missed OSU, Georgia, missed Cincinnati. Those three. So 7-3 overall. Drum rolls, please.
Bengals are. Oh, I said Cincinnati was going to lose to SMU.
Yeah, different one. Yeah.
Or Houston.
Oh, did we pick that game? That game wasn't in our list.
Cincinnati, Houston.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, I got that one wrong. Never mind.
Oh, you picked Cincinnati.
Okay.
We all picked Cincinnati.
So the Bengals I missed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So overall, I am dead last at 77-55. I trail the Gunslinger by 2 games at 79-53, and Kyle is the new leader on the board at 81-51.
We're back, baby.
Wow.
So
it's still surprisingly
It's
close.
so
you both were
crazy how
tied two games ago,
How close is
or
this
last week,
every
I know.
year?
and I was 1 game behind.
My gosh,
We've
I've
been doing
played
this for-
horrible.
We've been doing this for 3 years now,
Yeah.
and it's always been within a few games.
Yeah, it always has.
Kind of crazy.
And we will stick to the pro format till the bowl season starts. And the week of a bowl season, we will throw some of the bowl games in. Instead of like I think 2 years ago or last year, we did all the bowls at once. We'll do it week by week.
And then playoffs.
We're in the NFL. We're going to do
gonna
the
play
spread.
The spreads.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
that's part of our, and it may only have, a few games.
Yeah, sure.
But we'll figure it out.
We'll play it by ear.
Yeah. Okay, so game 1, Bills at Bucks.
Good question.
Is this the last straw for the Buffalo? Are the wagons being circled
This
by
is
the Buffalo
perfect
Bills?
weather to circle wagons? Perfect time. But I'm still going with Tampa Bay. I think Tampa will win.
Okay. Oh, I missed that one.
Leonard Fournette's they can't stop the run, and Leonard Fournette's been insane the past 3 weeks. So
I'm going to go with the Bills. I circled Bucks. I was mistaken. You actually picked the Bucks, did you not? Casey?
Yes, I picked the
Yeah,
Buccaneers.
Casey.
I just marked it wrong. Okay, I'm picking the Bills.
And I, too, will be going with the Bills.
Ooh.
Buffalo's defense is number 1 in the NFL in total yards, number 1 in passing, second in points, and third in third downs.
Okay.
And
Their defense.
First in giving up 28 straight runs to Bill Belichick.
Yeah, well, that was ugly. But I have faith.
Okay.
49ers at Cincinnati.
Niners.
Okay.
I'll take the Niners.
I'll take the Niners as well. Deep cuts. Oh my gosh.
This is a tough one. Man,
So do you just wing it every week?
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't look it up. I don't look at the spreads or nothing. I never have. I think I'm going to say that the Bengals win this one.
Hey, are we getting anything from our listeners?
I don't see anything yet.
DLC, are you going to vote?
I think I've made Adam mad. He went away. I kept deleting his comments.
There's no. He's
all in good
I'm sure
fun.
he's good.
Rams at Cardinals.
Rams at Cardinals. I will go with the Cardinals.
I second that motion. Speaking of that, I have an announcement to make at the end of the show.
Gosh, it's hard this week. I'm going to stick with the Cardinals, although I don't want them to.
I do.
Chicago at Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
By a million.
Why?
By a million.
Well,
I agree.
A few reasons, but one of them is the fact that they've announced Justin Fields will be the starter for that game.
Yes.
Pittsburgh at Minnesota.
Somebody else pick.
I'll go.
This one's tough.
I'm going with Minnesota.
I'm going to go with Minnesota as well.
And
did you put down Justin Fields just a second ago?
yeah,
Like they were going to lose more because
yeah.
I have a real qualm with that.
Yeah, give me Minnesota as well, please.
All right, Baltimore at Cleveland.
I'm still mad at you.
Hey.
I'm going to go with Baltimore. I don't know how they're favored, how Cleveland's favored in this game. They've looked terrible the past.
I wish they just put
6
Baker
weeks.
out of his misery and go let him go do his TV
Just
commercials.
go do commercials.
Go do commercials.
Yep.
You're done.
Yes.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
Just that's the trash days every Tuesday. Just wheel it out to the
I
curb.
love his commercials.
Who'd you got?
I'll take Baltimore.
Okay, Atlanta at Carolina.
Falcons.
Ooh. Carolina has the number 2 D on total yards and passing yards. I take Carolina.
They stink.
I know.
They don't have a quarterback.
Wait.
I could quarterback the
give
Panthers.
give me Atlanta. Okay.
I concur.
Yeah, Atlanta.
And
Atlanta.
And they fired their offensive coordinator this week.
That's sorry. I did not take these things into account.
Here is the deep cuts game of the week. Sorry, DLC. Detroit at Denver.
Denver.
Detroit's winning streak will come to an end this week.
All right, Dallas at the Washington football teams.
Thank you for that, by the way. I'm gonna go with Dallas.
Oh, sure you would.
I am.
I picked the Washington football team.
Of course you are.
Told you I'm not picking them the rest of the year. Can I see something different? I didn't see anything different last Thursday night.
I don't know. Tyler Heineke has the tendency to be Brett Favre Jr. sometimes.
He does. And you got what's his name out there, Diggs, that's been picking everything this year. I am going with Washington as well.
What?
They're hot. They are just hot right now.
Plus, they have a better coach.
It's so hot right now.
Which isn't hard to do.
Yeah.
Notice how the NFL said, "You mean we banned Mike McCarthy last week and the Cowboys won? You know what? You're clear.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You can come back now.
Sure.
They didn't lose with you not there. Las Vegas at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs by a million.
I don't know why I closed up my book. Yeah, I got the Chiefs as well.
I'm going with the Chiefs, although I should have worn my Raiders hat tonight.
There it is.
All right, that's it, guys.
I believe they play the Monday night, the
Sunday night game.
Sunday night.
They're
Yeah.
Sunday night. Arizona and the Rams is Monday night.
All right, guys. So, KC, I'm gonna let me get my my devotion here, and
They play at noon. By the way, I lied. Who got the Sunday night game? Oh yeah, they put the Bears on Sunday night to put me in misery.
Oh yeah, you're not on.
Good Lord.
Hey, David.
Aaron Rodgers owns Chicago. We did it.
He does.
Okay, all right. Let me. Pull
So
up my
our devotion, which we call our segment "Daily at the Cross," and this I'm going to turn it over to my good friend KC.
So this is called
That's a great
a devotional called Mary and Bright, It is the season. Jesus is the reason for the season. And this is what it says for us. For unto us a child is born. Christmas is a season of not only rejoicing but of reflection, says Winston Churchill. Have you noticed how babies bring out the best in people? Think about it. People talk softly, kindly, and lovingly around babies. Families gather together to see the brand new baby. Friends send gifts and meals to weary-eyed parents. Not to mention people are always nicer to pregnant women, and rightfully so. Interestingly enough, that's how the Christmas story begins, with a baby. Isaiah 9:6-7 tells us that unto us a child is born, and to us a son is given. And this child is Jesus. This wonderful counselor and Prince of Peace is the Savior of the world that people had been waiting for. When he came to earth, prophecies were fulfilled. This baby, born of a virgin, grew up to be a man who lived a perfect, sinless life. He died on a cross and rose from the dead, granting us the opportunity to be delivered from our sins. That's what Christmas is all about. However, December is usually packed full of things that demand our attention. Getting the perfect gifts for those on our list, being unusually kind with our words and actions, preparing a delectable meal for a party, creating the most spectacular card to send to friends and family, and participating in activities because it's tradition. Those are all great things. However, if we're not careful, we can allow the way we're celebrating to replace the one we're celebrating. We can keep our focus on Jesus while finding pleasure in God's blessings to us. We are meant to enjoy things, not worship them. Christmas time brings out something in most of us. There's something in us that wants to be generous, kind, festive, friendly, and social. But what if we didn't wait until Christmas to be intentional? We don't have to wait until December to give to a nonprofit, to be kind, to speak kindly to others, to prepare a meal for close friends, to send a card to a family member, to create year-round traditions in our faith. It seems like a tall order to accomplish, but it isn't. It just takes a bit of intention. We have to mark our calendars, create the reminder, and simply follow through. Think about how it will feel when we hear phrases, Christmas is the season for giving, or this is a time for a family and friends in December, and we will have been doing this for 11 months. So that was just a good reminder of like, hey, this Christmas season, one, we have to be, it's easy for us to be intentional this time of year, but those 11 months, why don't we spend more time thinking about others and putting them ahead of us? So yeah. I just thought it was a good thought.
Boy, isn't that so true? You know, I mean, it's like everybody says on Valentine's Day, well, every day should be like Valentine's Day. Well, every day, like every Christmas. Month should be. Yeah. I mean, people should just act this way.
Yeah. Yes.
Uh-huh. And it is beautiful to see it
full of grace.
1 month a year, at least. But
it's my favorite time of the year. 100%.
It is. It's great.
It's a great
and plus,
time.
I get 2 weeks off now this time of year. So
how about that?
Nice.
It's great.
All right, guys. Great show. Appreciate our viewing, listening, and commenting audience tonight. We had a lot of feedback, and we appreciate that. Tell your friends about us. Faithletic, every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, after #1 show on podcast after 8 o'clock in the middle of nowhere or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, I'm Coach, and I'm with
KC.
And
the Gunslinger.
And we are
Faithletic
the podcast. Everybody, appreciate you joining us tonight. Give me just a second so I can get the music going. See you next week.
See y'all.
Bye-bye. Love you guys.